In today's video, we are going to recap the war movie 1917, which tells the story of two British soldiers who were sent on a perilous mission to deliver a message that could save 1,600 lives during World War I. If you want to know more about this movie, stay tuned and watch our full recap. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. On April 6, 1917, Corporals Tom Blake and William Schofield are sleeping side by side when they are woken up by their sergeant. The two corporals follow the sergeant while Blake asks him about the big push, hoping that he will be home for the next Christmas. The sergeant doesn't have much to tell him but leads him to the tent of General Irin Moore. Inside the tent, Irin Moore exclaims that he was informed the two corporals know how to navigate maps. Once the corporals confirm it, he announces that they have been tricked by the Germans to believe they fell back. In reality, it was just a strategic withdrawal by the Germans, who have formed a new line. Colonel Mackenzie is going to attack the Germans tomorrow, but he has no idea that he is going to fall right into their trap. That means that 1,600 men will be killed, including Blake's brother. Blake and Schofield are given a mission to deliver a direct order from General Irin Moore to Colonel Mackenzie to cease the attack. Blake takes the letters and he immediately starts walking through the trenches. Schofield argues that they should start later at night, but Blake doesn't want to listen to his ideas. His brother is in danger and he can't waste any time. Soon, the two men reach the front line and ask to see the unit's commander so he can let them proceed. The commander, Leslie, believes the two men are crazy. He believes the Germans have not backed down because he battled them 2 days ago. In any case, there is not much he can do to stop the corporals, so he only gives them a flare gun to shoot once they arrive at the first German line. Blake and Schofield begin walking carefully as they have no idea what is waiting for them. The two of them make it to the first enemy line pretty soon and notice that the trenches are indeed empty. As they move around, Schofield finds the path they should follow. The path crosses through a bunker, and the corporals take some time to examine the place. Suddenly, Schofield freezes and tells Blake to stay where he is because there is a trap wire passing across the door. In a twist of fate, a rat jumps from the ceiling to the ground and runs toward the door. The rat activates the trap and an explosion takes place right in the face of Schofield. Thankfully, Schofield is not severely wounded even though he has a hard time seeing around. Blake pulls him along, but they soon have to jump over a gap. Even though Schofield can't see yet, Blake tells him to jump and grabs him on the other end of the gap. The two of them make it outside, and Schofield takes some time to clean the dust from his eyes while Blake shoots the flare. This way the other soldiers will know that the enemy line is clear up to that point. Their mission can't wait, so the two corporals get right back on track. As they walk, Schofield exclaims that Blake will probably be awarded a ribbon because he saved his life. On the other hand, Blake asks Schofield about his own ribbon because he knows he has received one in the past. Schofield does not have his ribbon anymore because he traded it with a French sergeant for a bottle of wine. As they walk near a village, the two of them stumble upon some cherry trees. Blake starts talking about the cherries, explaining that there are many sizes and flavors to them. Schofield wonders how Blake knows this much about cherries, and the latter explains that his mother used to plant some cherry trees back home. When it was time for reaping, he and his brother Joseph would do the work and collect the cherries. A few minutes later, the soldiers arrive at an abandoned farm. Schofield proves to be lucky enough to find some milk in a bucket. While the two of them are about to get going, they witness a plane fight. The German plane is hit and it heads right toward them. The plane's pilot is burning in his seat, but the corporals show mercy and get him out of there. Blake convinces Schofield to go bring some water for the pilot, but when Schofield turns around, he sees the pilot stabbing Blake. Schofield immediately shoots the pilot and then checks on Blake. He tries to get him up and carry him, but Blake is in great pain. In a matter of seconds, Blake starts feeling dizzy and asks Schofield if he is dying. When he receives a positive response, he asks Schofield to write a letter to his mother, telling her how brave he was. While Schofield gives him his word, Blake dies in his arms. At that time, a friendly military unit passes across that same place. One of the superiors asks Schofield what he's doing there and invites him to hop on one of their trucks once he is informed of the corporal's mission. On the way, the truck Schofield is riding gets stuck in the mud. Schofield knows that they are wasting time and motivates the other soldiers to help him get the truck moving again. Even though they do so, The vehicles have to stop again when they encounter a fallen bridge. Schofield decides to continue on foot because he will waste valuable time if he rides the truck around a bridge. When he starts tiptoeing across a bridge, a sniper shoots at him but misses. Schofield spots the house where the sniper is hiding, and the two of them exchange some shots. Schofield suspects that he shot the sniper and moves into the house carefully. Once he is outside a door that leads to a room, he opens it carefully and shoots at the sniper while the sniper shoots back at him. The sniper is killed while Schofield falls unconscious due to the impact of the bullet on his helmet. When Schofield comes back to his senses, he sees an old town opening up in front of him. When he walks through it, a few German soldiers hunt after him. Schofield finds a place to hide out of pure luck, but he is still not alone. Inside this hideout, he finds a woman and a baby. After asking the woman for directions, Schofield gives them all the food he has along with the milk. The woman pleads with him to stay here, but Schofield's mission can't wait and he has to go. Outside, Schofield sees two German soldiers. Thankfully for him, one of them is drunk while the other has his back turned on him. Schofield sneaks up on one of them but releases him when the soldier promises to not yell. However, the German soldier breaks his promise and Schofield kills him. Unfortunately, he is heard by more soldiers and they start shooting at him. Schofield starts running away until he finds a river. Given his options, the river is the best place he can be, so he jumps in and is carried away by the current. The next day, Schofield is washed up near a shore and finds a camp of British soldiers having some kind of a public prayer. Once they are done, some of the soldiers gather around Schofield to check up on him and the corporal announces that he needs to find Colonel Mackenzie. The soldiers point him in Mackenzie's direction and also inform him that the attack has already started. The British units are attacking in waves and this wave is going to attack last. Schofield starts running through the trenches, but he realizes that he can't make it to the colonel in time because there are hundreds of men between him and the colonel's spot. Even though it is a risky move, Schofield decides to run above the trench and laterally to it while a wave of British soldiers is ordered to attack. Schofield is lucky enough to make it right outside Mackenzie's temporary base of operations, but he is held back by two guards. However, he manages to push through them and finds Mackenzie. Schofield shows him the letter and tells him that the attack has been cancelled, but Mackenzie doesn't want to listen to the corporal. Schofield reminds him that this is a direct command and the colonel is obligated to read the letter. Mackenzie believes this is a good opportunity for him to pressure the Germans, so he has to take the chance. But Schofield tells him that they are walking right into a trap. The colonel eventually reads the letter and calls the attack off. However, he approaches Schofield and tells him he is certain he will receive a new letter soon that will order him to attack again. In any case, the other army officials thank Schofield for what he did. Schofield asks them about Joseph Blake, Tom Blake's brother, but he is informed that Joseph attacked with the first wave. If Schofield doesn't find him with the wounded, it means he is dead. Schofield starts looking around and eventually finds Joseph. He takes upon the hard task of telling him that his brother is dead and hands him Tom's dog tag. Joseph tries to remain calm and tells Schofield to go get some rest and some food. Before walking away, Schofield asks him if it's okay for him to write a letter for Joseph's mother in order to tell Tom's story. Finally, Schofield proceeds to sit down and lean back on a tree. He takes some family pictures out of his pocket and takes a look at the back of them. There, he sees the phrase "come back to us" written for him.